Hi Taurus, this is Morgan with Compass Rose Astrology. Thanks so much for joining. This is your astrology and tarot chat for the month of March. We're going to talk through the transits to expect along with a little tarot reading followed by an oracle card at the end. And just to give you guys a little information, these readings are typically done for the rising signs. I don't know if you can see here, but we have the astrology board and it's set up to have Taurus on the rising position. But I highly recommend that you do watch the other videos that pertain to your sun and your moon sign, because you might have certain things kind of triggering those planets, your sun and your moon, this month. And it just might be good to kind of get an overall idea of what to expect from all three signs. This is just a general reading, so, take what resonates and leave what doesn't, and I think that you might find some really fun information for you in here, so let's just go through the transits first real quick, because there's a lot happening. So we first have Jupiter and Venus. They're going to be making a conjunction at the very beginning of the month in the 12th house. And I think that's really going to spell a sigh of relief for you, Taurus, because that's a difficult house. Venus and Jupiter are not going to work to their best in that house, because it is kind of hard for them to work their magic there. But they are two benefics. They're so strong. They're really powerful planets when it comes to abundance and luck and happiness and laughter and all that stuff. So you might feel a kind of a lightness to your psyche this month. But then we are going to go through so many different transits of planets changing signs. So for me, this month is the month of transformation, because we have so many shifts happening. And they're major shifts too. It's not just something that happens every year. We have a couple of several year transits happening. And so first and foremost, we have Saturn finally moving out of its sign Aquarius and into Pisces. And so that's going to be a huge shift. I think maybe possibly some sort of ending when it comes to your career, or something that you've had to deal with in your career. It's finally going to see its way out, which is great. And Saturn has actually been in one of its ruled signs for the past 6 years. So finally, it's going to go take a breather, chill out in Pisces, which is great. It's going to have a much better feeling for the next 3 years. And we also have Pluto transiting out of Capricorn. Woohoo! Finally! Pluto's been there for about, I want to say 13 years at this point, I think. I could be off, but Pluto's going to move into Aquarius until June 11th. So we have a kind of preview. It'll move retrograde and it'll fall back into Capricorn. But then after it moves back into direct motion, it'll move into Aquarius for good for the next 20 years. So this is just going to be a preview of what those 20 years are going to feel like. And I feel like it's going to be nice kind of getting that out of your house of spirituality and education and long distance travel and everything. And we also, a little bit after that, Mars is finally moving out of Gemini after 8 months, and we'll be moving into Cancer. And we also have Venus moving into a conjunction with Uranus in your first house. So I think that's going to be a really powerful transit for you personally, but we will see what the cards tell us, what we need to be focusing on, what's going to be most illuminated for you. Also, Mercury and the Sun are going to be moving out of Pisces as well. So it's like every planet except for Jupiter and Uranus basically you're transiting. So I think that's pretty big, right? And so that's actually why I have the Oracle of the Shapeshifters cards here for you. So I really think that there's a lot of huge change for us kind of globally this month. And let's just kind of get into it, right? Actually, let me put those down. And let's cleanse the space. So I have this beautiful sage and rose bundle and one of my cleansing candles. And say thank you so much, Spirit, for bringing in clear, concise, and purposeful messages for Taurus to reach their higher good. And we dispel any negative energy and make room for all positive energy and clear messages. Thank you so much, Spirit. And perfect. Awesome. Let's see. What has Taurus been going through? Interesting. Maybe you haven't wanted to talk about it. Huh. Change. You don't say Spirit's gonna smite me. Excuse me, you asked. Yeah. Alright, that's too many cards. Alright, let's try that again. Sorry, Spirit. I'll leave this sass for later. Alright, what has Taurus been going through recently? Can you explain the death card? Wow. A lot of stuck feelings I'm thinking here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Interesting. So we start off with the Death card, the Five of Wands, and the Magician. So this is definitely related to your 9th and 10th house. It could be your 2nd house too. So I'm sorry, Taurus, but let me get some more clarification. Let me clarify the Death card. Actually, I think these were the Death card. Okay, I think okay, so what is happening is I think you've had an incredibly difficult shift happen in your life recently. And I think possibly it could be maybe you believed in something or believed in someone and your trust and your faith in them has just fallen away. And maybe this has been something that you've been dealing with for a long time. And maybe you thought that you had the ability to change someone. This is a very interesting reading already. Or not change someone, but you thought that you could support someone or support something, and that all you had to do was maybe believe in them or do certain things to help further them or make them feel better even. Maybe you believed in someone's potential a lot, but you've since realized that maybe you can't fight for something that isn't there, basically, and you don't have control over this situation anymore. And maybe you realize that you never really did, and it was completely in this other person's court. Whether this is I'm honestly kind of getting spiritual belief. Maybe you've said goodbye to some sort of or have just been so let down by some spiritual belief that you've held for a very long time, and you've been fighting to support it, and really devoting yourself to this thing and preaching yourself to this thing. Or it could be a person that you just really wanted something to work out with them. But I feel you've also been very torn, and you're being pulled in two separate ways right now. So here we have the Queen of Wands along with the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles. And you're here showing up as the Queen of Wands. You're a very passionate, very exciting person, Taurus. I also see that you are protected spiritually. You have some guardians that want you to know that they're there. But I feel like you've been in a really hard spot recently, and you're kind of forced to pick a side or to choose someone, whether that's like a religion to follow or a person to believe in. If this is like a partner that you really want to like put your heart and soul into and think that they could accomplish a lot, or really be a strong person, but it's not coming up that way right now, and it's made you feel really defeated and really lost. If this is a romantic relationship, it's you might be wondering, and also just maybe you're wondering why this has happened to you, and why this sort of a person can't give back what you see, or God can't give back what you see in them. And you're wondering if maybe there's a completely different side you should support, basically. Let's see. I do really think this is more of something spiritual, or someone that you believed in. Like, this could even be a parent that you just really wanted to connect with, and you want them to show that they love you, basically. And it's just not coming out like that, and you see all these other people that have what you wanted from this person, and you're just not getting it. But the universe is telling you that you are protected, and there is some place that you can put your faith into. It's just not seen yet. Okay, let's get some more cards. Okay. Okay, this is a lot of cards, but these definitely want to come out. Okay. Wow. Okay. So, wow. Okay, so your last cards are your last row. We have the Temperance card. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Six of Wands, and then we have the Ten of Cups, which is incredible to end on. And what I'm thinking, so I really do think this is just like a spiritual kind of, some sort of faith-based belief that you had in someone. Maybe you feel like there was potential in something, but it just has completely let you down. And I'm getting this also because the Temperance card is the card of spirituality. And I feel like this is indicating that this spiritual journey that you're going through is something divine, because you've been meant to go on this path for quite some time, and it is really difficult, and the universe knows that, and it's possibly kind of shaking you a little bit, and it's made you feel really aimless maybe the last couple years. But with this card, this indicates that this was some sort of like karmic debt that came in for you, and it was a path that had to be taken, even though universe knew it would, like, or spirit knew it would be like really difficult, and would really test you, honestly. And there's definitely this period of life coming up that I feel like you have come to terms with, knowing that things aren't always going to be, or they're not going to be colored the way that you wanted them to be when you were growing up. And it's possible that you feel like the blindfold is off now, and there's a sense of having to go it alone, and kind of be strong within your own power. But there's also in the back of your mind the sense of like feeling abandoned and feeling completely left out in the cold, with this card. But there, not only is there like material abundance here for you that will keep you afloat and keep you strong and at least let you keep walking forward with some sort of verve and strength, but there's also spiritual strength here for you, especially with this Queen of Wands. And it's also spirits, like, you're an incredibly powerful, gifted person. So whether you have some sort of like, I don't know if like, I don't know, perhaps you had like some sort of the first thing honestly that popped into my head was like maybe there was like some near-death experience that has really like changed your life, or maybe it was some sort of like mental, like what do you call them, like a spiritually guided ceremony or something that really like changed your mind on something, and this could even be a dream or just like some sort of a thought that came to you in like the last minute, and you were like, wait a minute, like this doesn't make sense, or like what's happening? Like, why is all these things that I thought were true not, and that it was presented to me in a way that it was. And maybe it feels like you were kind of deceived a little bit too, but this path is laid out for you because you're an incredibly strong, intuitive person, and you have a lot of gifts and a lot of strengths. And Spirit is saying that once you get through this phase, like nothing's forever. This is very much a growing pains kind of a situation. Maybe trying to meld the material with the spiritual might be kind of a hard thing for you if you're like trying to come up with like a job or something that includes like some sort of like spiritual apprenticeship, whether it's like tarot or something, or like astrology or Reiki or something. But there's some sort of like something in you that wants to hold back because you don't want to be, materialistic, basically. And Spirit is saying that you're not materialistic. We're in a material world. We have to sometimes merge those two parts of our lives together. And after you can kind of come to terms with that, there's complete abundance and happiness here, and like family, lots of love, really genuine love and excitement and fun and happiness. And I think this is really wonderful, Taurus. I'm so happy to see that. Okay, let's get an oracle card for you so we can stop rambling. All right, so this is the card for you, Little Red Riding Hood. I am not a victim. I think that's really wonderful. Okay, I'm going to read to you from the booklet, because I don't want to miss anything that the oracle is trying to tell you. Okay, so here we go. You are changing the way you view yourself and speaking up and out. Others see you as an advocate for justice and fair play. You defend others by being who you are, simply by refusing to hide away or be fearful. By waking up every day despite hardships, you are showing so many the way to live. You have made friends with your strength, and while people have mistaken you for a pushover, you know when the time comes that you are a strong person who cannot be stopped. Like a wolf, you have fur and claws, and brothers and sisters who will help you if you only so much as call on their energy. But to find them, you must connect with that wolf within. It is time to travel on a new path, crossing a wood that seems empty and cold, but you will not be alone or as helpless as others seem to think you will be. You are not prey. You will have strong and unconventional allies. And you will travel at night across lands, and all will be magical. You have strong allies around you now, but connect most to the spirit of the wolf. The wolf knows how to run with the pack and how to stand alone. Like the wolf, you must be prepared to defend yourself, even if it means facing a fight. There is a time to stand your ground and face the enemy. That time has come, brave one. Once I was hunted. I do not hunt in return, but now I watch. And I am strong. I am myself, and I am proud of who I am. No one can harm me now that I know this knowledge, and with my mystic familiar, my lone wolf by my side, I continue to walk my path. While I have lost some of my innocence, I have my life, my strength, my voice, my ability to stay myself no matter what others do or say. I will not be a victim. I am not a victim. I am alive. I will never give myself up to their chase. I will stand clear and strong, and I will know that the path I take through life's dark forests will be one I walk with courage and the protection of my unshakable companion. I will flourish, and I will never give up. Once you are mistreated, it is true. Once you retreated, that is also true. No more. Now you are strong, and you are not the sum total of a bad experience. Thank the gift the hunter has given you. It is now time to mend fences and borderlines, take self-defense classes, and be sure the entry points to your home are strong and secure. On an energetic level, take responsibility. Do not allow people re-entry once they have violated a sacred threshold. You are the person who must maintain, protect, secure, and readjust your boundaries. No other is responsible. Take a stand, because it is now a time to be firm and decisive. No backing down. Someone stands with you. You do not face this alone. Oh my goodness, Taurus. That just made me laugh. Like, what were we saying about being protected? You definitely are not alone, and this path might be a hard one, but you are on the way to the happiness that you dream of. Absolutely. I hope this resonated. I would love to hear any of your stories, anything that might match the astrology or the tarot, and I will see you in the next video, Taurus. Bye.